Today I'm taking a look at TCL's two new phones, the TCL 20S and the TCL 20 Pro 5G. TCL sent me two cases from Accessorize to go with this and a Pure Gear 10-watt fast wireless charging pad. Picking up the TCL 20S feels like a real successor to the TCL 10 Pro. It comes in this Milky Way gray, and as you can see, it actually comes with cables, unlike some phones today. It totally stands out. There's a slight bump around the camera, but otherwise it's a great kind of clean display. Buttons are pretty flush with the sides. It's got a recessed power button, which I think is quite cool. Pretty easy to find when you're looking for it. And it fits really nicely in the hand. Great weight. It's a little light, but not too light, which I think is a huge deal. It's got a 6.67 full HD plus display, has 120 gigabytes of internal memory, and the quad rear camera that includes a flash. So it's 64 megapixel super high res camera, an 8 megapixel 118 degree super wide angle lens, a 2 megapixel macro camera, and a 2 megapixel depth camera. It really is impressive. I love the setup as you're going through this, that they actually walk you through the options so that you can pick kind of the right display for you, which I think every phone should come with. There really should be options when you're setting up. Getting right into the phone, the display, I love the way it pops. I think it really is a nice looking display. It's bright. TCL knows their displays, so it's no wonder. And it comes with, all the main things you want. There is a radio. That is something that TCL has that no one else has. Compass, all these other little features. There's a few installed apps when you open it up, but pretty easy to get rid of those if there's some you don't want. None of them are really power hungry or going to cause an issue. Obviously, quite a bit to get into in terms of functionality. The one thing I'll talk about quickly is Next Vision, which is their display optimization software, and it really does a nice job. I highly recommend turning it on. Getting into cameras, again, the cameras on this phone, there's a lot of features. The 64 megapixel though, if you're gonna use this to take a lot of shots, I highly recommend going in, turning on all the top settings and going through, and you will be impressed. The high pixel option does take a few moments to take a shot. You might have it like a 2-second shot, but then the details are really amazing, as you can see here. Just to speak on the cameras too, there's a 16 megapixel front facing camera as well, and that includes HDR. Otherwise, there's a Pro feature, which I think any good camera should have that in the software, so you can really customize the shot right in the phone as you're taking it, get the right kind of shot that you want, basically. The macro is very impressive. I'm really impressed with the camera. For the budget option of the two phones, it really is impressive, and it comes with a 5,000 milliampere battery. So lots of power there. All right, let's go to the Pro, the TCL 20 Pro. This phone, right from unwrapping it, I love the experience. It is a beautiful phone. It comes in Moondust Gray, which is a bit darker. And as you can see, there is no bump for the cameras. So it's completely flush on the back, which, I recommend a case for any phone, but it is a beautiful setup and a beautiful design. I wish more phones came flush these days, but with the case, maybe it doesn't matter as much. But anyway, it is a great feature. Getting into the phone, it's a 6.67 full HD plus curved AMOLED display, again with the Next Vision visual technology. The phone has a 48 megapixel optical image stabilized main camera, a 60 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, a 5 megapixel macro, and a 2 megapixel depth camera. Pretty similar to the other phone, but just a notch above, I would say. And you really will see the difference in the camera and the functionality. So there's a dual LED flash, super night functionality, night portrait, video HDR, and it has super steady mode as well. And it's a 32 megapixel front camera with dedicated RGB sensor, so the selfies really are impressive. Whereas the S comes with 120 gigabytes of storage, this comes with 256 gigabytes of storage. So lots of space, and it's a 4,500 mega ampere battery. So the cases are impressive. The kind of case that you can feel good that if you did mistakenly drop your phone, it's not going to be a huge issue. Fits really snugly, still great access to the buttons. No problems there. Both cases, really great value, I'd say, compared to some of the more expensive options out there. And the charging pad as well, very good results. Charges super fast. Plugging in will always get you a faster charge, but for anyone like me who just wants to set down, let it charge for a little bit, and then get at something else, it's really, really handy. So there you go. What did you think of the TCL 20S and 20 Pro 5G? Let me know any questions you have. I'll be happy to answer anything you want to know, and check them out. I'll have a full review coming up.